Y'all don't get this, all right? You're not gonna get this. When you start watching this video, you're not gonna be able to get this unless you watch Flatland, all right? I'm gonna put it right in the title. It's gonna be in big bold letters. Go watch Flatland. It is. I'm just gonna say it off the bar. It is a free. Yeah, count it. Free 1 hour, 8-minute video that is on YouTube right now. It is a film about a two-dimensional creature entering the 3D plane and experiencing it for the first time. It has to do with the first dimension, second dimension, and third dimension. Even the possibility of a fourth dimension. And I gotta talk about this movie, or else I'm just never gonna stop thinking about it, because this movie has blown my mind. It has changed my perspective on things. And I don't say this lightly, because I'm not a movie review channel. If you look at any of my videos on my channel, you would see that I don't review movies or TV shows or nothing. I don't do nothing. I don't tell you to go check out something unless it's important. Henceforth, this video. So, Flatland. Why should you, a common consumer of media, go watch Flatland right now? I'm not going to give you an exact review because I don't really like sharing my opinions online all that much. So instead of telling you why you should go watch Flatland, I'm going to give you a bit of a proverb that I've created surrounding the movie. And if it's good enough for you to hear, that means that Flatland is also good enough for you to watch. And I know this doesn't make any sense. All of that information I probably just said just flew right over your head. This is YouTube. You can rewind. I'm not even, just rewind back to the beginning, listen real closely, put on subtitles even though they're automatic and aren't exactly accurate, but trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Okay. Hear me out. This proverb is going to convince you to go watch Flatland. Alright? Okay? Alright? Okay. Let's pretend for a moment, just a sliver of a moment, that you are an ant. An ant. A tiny little ant. A tiny ant. And you, as an ant, have these goals, alright? You build the anthill, you make tunnels, you find food, you feed the queen, you protect the eggs, and you fight other ants. And that's it. That's all you do, because you're an ant. And these goals you have aren't rewarded with anything. They're rewarded with more goals. Once you complete a task, and you complete that goal, another goal appears, and then you go to do that one. And then another goal appears, and you go to do that one. You keep going, goal after goal after goal, task after task after task. And that's all you do because you're an ant. That's literally all that you do. And it doesn't matter what kind of ant you are, all ants share these similar attributes. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's a type of ant that fucking flies. I don't know. But the point is, you're an ant, and that's literally all that you do. Until one day, just for one day, just for one singular day, you suddenly become a human. And as a human, it takes you about an hour to figure out how to use your legs, but as you observe your environment to see all the other humans walking around on 2 legs, it gives you a second, but you learn to balance on your 2 legs and start to walk around. And as you are walking around, you discover everything. You discover music, you discover art, you discover architecture, you walk into buildings, you discover how doors work, you discover how windows work. You see the infinite amount of food basically for the taking everywhere. You discover life, you discover death through decaying corpses of run-over animals on the ground. You discover life through birds and bees and butterflies flying around. You discover clouds. You discover the sky. You discover trees. You discover flowers and grass. You discover other people, even though you can't talk, and even though you can't speak to them or understand what they're saying. You use the mannerisms of what they're doing with their hands in order to try to communicate back to them. You point. You learn to point. You learn to shake your fist. You learn to say hi and close your fingers and do this. You learn to hear, and even though you can't understand the words, you can use the sounds to learn how to speak back. And with this, you discover a friend group that is willing to help you learn more. Even though they don't understand why you want to learn, they are willing to help you. So they bring you to a concert, and you discover music. They bring you to an art show, and you discover art, and architecture, and history, and geographics. They bring you to an opera, and you discover more art, and more music. They bring you to a restaurant, and you discover food, and the taste buds in your mouth. You discover friendship, as even though you can't speak their language, you form a bond between them, and it's more real than anything you've ever felt before. As you gaze up at the night sky with all your friends around you, and every single little trinket you've collected, you decide to try to show them a bit of your culture by constructing an anthill, and making a pile of food, and protecting some eggs that you've crafted. And even though they don't understand why you like these things, they start doing them with you. You feel right at home. You as an ant are now human, are experiencing everything that life and death could possibly show you. And for the first time in your entire life, finally, you feel alive. And then, you turn back into an ant. Wouldn't that drive you mad? And that is my pitch for Flatland. If you liked that, go watch Flatland right now. That entire concept is what Flatland is. It is to the dot what Flatland is. And if you hated that concept, don't watch Flatland. Flatland isn't for you. But if you liked it, go watch Flatland. I'm telling you, it's an hour 8 minutes. It's 1 hour 8 minutes of pure madness. Trust me. It's good. It's fantastic. I would not be making and posting this video if I didn't think it was good. I would not be making this video explaining to you why you should go watch Flatland. Go watch it. It's fucking nuts. Alright, that's it. Devlog coming out soon. Peace.